Good afternoon, my friends. How are you all? Does anyone know how to do an Rubik's Cube? We're echoing, I think, a little bit there, Tim. Anybody? You need to let me know in the comments because I have a story for you this afternoon and I'll talk about it when I get to the other side. So funny. I know you like my little stories, but amazing, right? So my name is Toni Darroch. This is the How to Craft Network Studios and we are live for today's brand new one-day special. And it's a good one, guys. It's a good one. We have the next chapter for iMarlo, which is in a bundle format. And then when we actually go to launch the second one, we will put these down as individuals with Carly. But as it stands, it's just the bundle. So if you like them all and the saving, then you can get them. I have to say that this particular bundle is a really, really nice bundle. It has probably, I would probably use all of these. Sometimes when we put the bundles together, I know I would use probably half or a little bit more. And you know yourselves when you see the bundles, if you would utilize them all. I think this is one that I would use them all on, which is a rarity, which is nice as well, right? So we have two. So we have the actual launch, which is 2 bumper paper packs, which we have never touched on or done before. And then we have this lovely upsell of the bundle of iMarlo. So let's talk about them both. I have a demo. We've got some cardstock in the show also. Yes, some of you have done an Rubik's Cube. We'll talk about it when we get to the other side. So if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to our channel. If you want to give us some hearts and some likes, and don't forget to always comment underneath the show as well. And that's where we pick a ton of winners and we talk about them in our Monday night lives. I'm just making sure my mic is not scratching for you all and you can all hear me nice and clearly. So let's talk about the first item. I did put this in the app as early access yesterday and lots of you bought it who are in our app. Now, I'm going to be looking at doing those sorts of things moving forwards. And also, I'm going to be looking at sometimes some free postage for our app users as well. So if you're not in our app, you need to get in our app. And it's just a lovely creative place to be. But for those of you that have bagged it and checked out and are sat pretty now, well done. But for those of you that like to wait for the show and like me to show you through the product in full, that's also okay. But it is 2 new bumper packs. Now, let me just tell you the history on these because they're not our regular bumper paper packs. Now, we do a ton of paper here at Stamps by Me and you all love it. It's got creative scenes, sunsets, horizons, water scenes, villages. These are a little bit different. And I actually put these in the show last minute simply because I'm going to run out of time, right? Easter's coming fast. And I felt like if I don't get them out now, they're going to be sat in my warehouse for a year and I can't afford for that to happen. So we have 2 bumper packs. You can see them there on the counter. The design team had them sent today. But what I am going to do is I'm not going to get them out on here because there's 25 of each design in each pack. So I'm going to show you on overhead the detail. They are beautiful. And the story behind these are we have a lot of requests for religious cards, Easter cards, sympathy cards. And as a brand owner, it's really difficult to sort of like comprise that together without leaving our regular customers out who love the papers. So I have to be really dynamic in the sense that they have to be utilised for what I've been asked for, but also can cross-pollinate with other products that we bring to you here at Stamps by Me or utilised as well on their own. So you can see all of the items there on the screen. And this is just a wonderful paper collection. And our USA friends are going to love these. We've sold a ton in the UK. I didn't order lots of these because they're sort of like a different niche for us. But I'm trialling them. And if you love them, then maybe we can do more moving forwards. But they are beautiful. You can tell the Stamps by Me. It still has the Stamps by Me touch, but in a religious way as well. And not so religious, they could be used for wedding and celebration with the churches and things like that too. So the normal price is $35.98 if you were to buy them as individuals. But today, if you buy them together, $29.99. Now, if you have your points, you're going to get those discounts too. So the code for this particular one, please do know I will show you them in full when we get to the other side. Item code for this one is 040425 alpha. Who's already bagged these? Who's thinking, I love those. When I text the design team and said we've got some papers with some little cherubs and some doves and the sweet Jesus on the front, they were like, Toni, it's April Fool's. It was like on the 1st, because obviously we don't do anything like this. I was like, no, it's for real. They're like, oh, something different, exciting, right? I was like, yeah. So they've been sent today, so hopefully they'll get those over the weekend, and then you'll start to see these samples come through in the up and coming week. So that is the item for that one, 040425 Alpha. And then moving down our counter, we have the next rendition of our Marla chapters. Now, we have reduced them from 10 to 5. Asking you to buy 10 in a bundle is a big ask, unfortunately, and I don't feel like my customers want 10 all at the same time. And even my design team have said they found it easier to work with just the 5 collections at once rather than the 10. So here is the next rendition of them. There are 5 in this complete collection. Check out the price. So you're going to get all 5 for £75.99. Now, I did see that whoever has bought these today has been getting them in the 60s pounds worth for all 5. So it's as little over £10 per stamp. Again, like I said, they're not available as individuals yet. They will be when Carly drops the next collection. We will add them too. But as it stands, it's this great collection. Love this collection. I loved the last collection because of the scenes and the florals. This collection, I don't even know which one I'm going to demo yet. I love them all, and I'm going to take them across with me when I go across. So it's 5 stamps in total. Don't be put off by the size on the front because they're far bigger on the back, and I'll show you in a second, and I'll show you a whole ton of samples. Let me tell you, I have the most stinking samples ever for this collection. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piles. 5. You can see the theme through the iconic ladies that Carly loves and adores, but you can see them teamed in with the rest of Stamps by Me products as well. So let me, before I show you the stamps, do a quick shout out because you're all talking. So we've got Connie, Denise, Jill, Carol, Marilyn as well. And then over on our Facebook, we've got Joe Jasper. Hi, Toni and everyone from sunny Cornwall. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Can we make sure we all just share our wonderful shows, okay? So I thought this one might go fast. Anyway, so moving on. So let me show you the stamps. So down by the front here, the picture is small on the front to showcase, obviously, the detail, but each one has its own unique design. So we have the lady there, quite fashionable, right, with 3 sentiments, and this one's called Stay Wild, and this is what it looks like on the back. Really wonderful. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one by one and then show you the amazing samples. So I have a whole bunch of samples here for that one. So let's have a look at these. So even though the stamp is large, you can see that the design team have made them smaller. They haven't utilised all the stamp, or they have used all of the stamp and made a big card too. So here we go. So watercolour here. Used it in with your painted mounts and your embossing folders, so you don't have to use them all. Coloured them in with a wash on the background. Paper pieced. It looks like denim on there. So it's not a choice of, you will be sent all of them. And here is another one. And then let me show you this, guys. So there's just a handful of cards. Here is a box that matches that card you've just seen there. So the design team have knocked it out of the park this time. Caroline and Michelle and all of my design team too. So we have this here, but inside, doing it carefully, I don't want it to fall out. Coordinated denim bag. Look at that. How wonderful is that? Absolutely beautiful, with some of the traditional little badges that you do wear on your denim coats and things like that. So this one is the first stamp in the collection, which is awesome, right? Stay Wild. So let's have a look at the next one on the counter. So that's that one. So the next one on the counter is this lovely lady with a scene set in the back. So if you don't want to do your masking off and things like that, this has got an inbuilt one for a change. She's got that stunning hat on there. So this one's called Centre of Attention. And this is it in its true glory. Really pretty. Keep your life simple. Yes, please. If we could all do that, that would be wonderful, right? And stay classy. Absolutely beautiful. So you get that sort of like square stamp at the top and then the 2 sentiments. And then let's have a look at some of the amazing samples. So circular formation, they don't have to be kept in the square or the rectangle. Coloured with your alcohol markers. Matte and layered back on the vintage papers from your magazine. This is really nice, really nice. Purple background on there. What about the traditional? She looks like a Bond girl to me. Like, she's very mysterious. That is a beautiful card. And then maybe just a segment over there onto your square papers as well. Using the sentiments in the background. Sorry, that's a different one. Using sentiments at the bottom with that sort of ombre, and then using those sentiments in the background there. And then maybe putting, look at the heart stencil on there. Look at that. That is beautiful, right? Really, really pretty cards with this one. So that's the second stamp in the collection. Now, I think I'm going to demo the next one. Got florals in it, right? But anyway, this is a beauty as well. So let me just turn this one around. So we're looking at this one now. This one's called Anything. So you have that. It just reminds me of piano keys because of the black and white. Let's just turn it around here. If you believe you're in yourself, anything is possible. Really lovely stamp. A smile doesn't cost anything. Woohoo! We like that one, right? So that is a next one in the collection. It's the same sort of lady, but one through the day she's got the scarf and hat, and then of an evening she's whipping that jacket off and she's changing it for a nice short trilby hat, which makes her a little bit more sexy, right? I like that one too. I'd probably have the full coverage with the big bowler hat, but hey ho, that's just me. I don't like skin. Sometimes I do though. If I'm going somewhere nice, I do. So let's have a look at some of the samples here. I'm just going to take that out because that is a stitched sample, which is wonderful. Tons of samples for this one. So it has that floral element in there as well. So beautiful. So just the floral on its own looks incredible. Oopsie daisy. They're all going to be upside down. Turn that around. So look at this one. That is a nice card. The flowers at the top and the bottom. Sorry, you're a bit late. You've been to the dentist, okay? Don't you worry. Piano keys. That's what's making me think that this just lends itself so beautifully to musical cards as well. Not necessary, but how beautiful is that? That is a beautiful card. In with your paper collections. Sparkly dress with your sparkly embossing powders. That is a nice card. They're all nice, right? How do you decide? Whoopsie daisy. Just catch those. And then some more florals with the lady. Look at that. So you can see that beautiful floral sort of like cascades and moves with the shape of a body there. Floral on its own. We like the florals on its own. And then maybe just some gift cards and tags underneath a card. And then what about just using your die cuts and using them in their simple form? Now, I do have this sample here, which is stitched. This is actually embroidery, and I've left it in the bag because I don't want any fingerprints on it. So Carol Ann, I believe, it hasn't got a name on it, it'll be Carol Ann. She's always done the stitching. Stitched into this sort of canvas here, so she's stamped it on, and then she's stitched the detail in there. That is beautiful card. Easter greetings. So beautiful, that one. So, excuse me. So that is the third stamp in the collection. 2 more to go. So the next one in the collection is these 3 girls. I love this because, as you know, with Cedar Rose, I love a co-ord. And the girls are coordinated. So the trousers match the jacket and the jacket matches the skirt. Love this one. Triple threat. If you wear a co-ord, you are a threat, because it's so cool, right? So let's just turn this one around. So now you can see those 3 girls, and they've got that sort of herringbone pattern on her there. Just turn this around 1 second. Put her lengthways. I'll pull her forward. There we go. So you can see those 3 girls on there. Really pretty. You'll recognise the face. We've done other designs with this lovely lady's face from the same designer, which is awesome, right? So triple threat, so stylish, friends forever and besties. Now I'll show you some samples for this one. I like these. They're all individual, so you can use 1, 2 or 3 of the girls. They don't have to be utilised together. Patricia says she enjoyed the show on Ideal World. Great job. I know, Patricia, we're getting better and better. Can you all do me a favour as well? If anybody gets a notification to say their order has been dispatched, to say it's on its way, can we pop a post in Eureka fan page and let me know? I'm really interested to see how fast it's going to be this time. We've worked our backsides off to ensure quick delivery. So please let me know if anybody gets a notification. Let me know on here if you've already had one. So this is the lady here with those herringbone trousers. This is me. Although my hair's a bit longer, this is me. And that background there is that lovely tape stamp, which is coming next, okay? So the 3 in the corner there, look at that. Excuse me, just 1 second. There we go. Oopsie daisy. Have I made a hash of these? Are these all upside down too? No, these are all the right way now. So here we go. We knew that was going to happen, didn't we? Using the flowers from the previous stamp as well. She's trendy. We like her. Oh, Connie says, yes, my order is on its way and could be delivered today. Oh, Tim's pulling a big, shocked face right now, Connie. We must have cracked that whip. Tim's like, yes, all of those emails saying how important it is we don't let our customers down this time. They'll take the hit one. This is exactly Tim's words, guys. Tony's following will take the hit once. They're happy to sit and be patient if Tony asks them to do it, but they won't do it twice. So you need to get these orders out of that door ASAP. So I'm really pleased to hear that. He's laughing now because he's like, oh, it is so true. Look at this one here on those pretty papers that you all get from me. That has made my day. Life in the city. Look at that. So you can team them in with all of the background stamps that Carly's pulled together for you. Look at that. That's this card in its simplest format. She is one trendy young lady. Here we go. 2 more. And then nice pretty backgrounds on the back as well. Glad you got lots of support. I know. You all look after me, guys. You do. You never let me down. And that's why I try and never let you guys down. So the next item, which is the last stamp in the complete collection. So just to cover off, if you've come late, this collection code is 030425 alpha. And to buy it as individuals, it's £90. But today it's $75.99. And a lot of you have your 5, your 10s. Some of you are even at 20% discount. So you'll get those off as well. So you're going to get a great, great deal, just over £10 per stamp. So let's just have a look here and let's have a look at this one. So this is mixed tape. Love this one. Look at that. Absolute belter. You're going to be able to team these in with the other. Every collection we bring, there's always a breaker stamp. So whether it be backgrounds or sort of signature design, all of them will interconnect with all of the other chapters that we've brought to you in some way. There's nothing like, never an oddball in there that's just so out of character. Imala has this wonderful theme, and it's sort of like that that amalgamation of me and Carly threaded together to create iconic, simplicity and beautiful as well. So you can see from that particular one, there is the sample on the back there of using our Groove It dies as well. So let's show you some samples for this one. Come on. Will these be on HTCN? Unfortunately, they won't. They won't yet. I cannot say if they ever will. I will try and pitch them in. As I've only been on HTCN for 3 years, I still need to prove myself. So I do keep pitching, though, for all of the things that you all love. So, but I can't promise yet. But we do. You can shop on our website. We do have deals on if you are across the pond. And sometimes we do have some of our products on Simon Says stamp as well. So check their catalogue of our itinerary as well, because sometimes they have product as well. But these are brand new. So these will be staying with us for some time. But we do try and offer great savings on postage. And our website is geolocated, so it knows where you are in the world to help you out. So here is that sort of like background. Then you have the tape cassettes there in the... Look at this. Who bought these stamps, these reflection stamps of the dancers? They just work. And then what about this as a background? So sort of like stamped sporadic in areas and a little bit of a halo. Quite artistic in design. Oh no, I get all your products on HTCN. Okay, that's fine. Well, hopefully I'll keep trying. I will keep trying for you, I promise. So the item number for this one is 030425 Alpha, and it is for the complete 5 stamp sets there, and the price is £75.99 today. You will accrue those points and discounts if you shop with us here at Stamps by Me. Now, the last item I've put on the counter is our cardstock. Now, the cardstock matches beautifully with our 2 bumper paper packs as well, due to the bright tones, but equally you could use them across any of your craft, and it's a great, great saving. So it is the new sort of colour wave, which is great for spring and summer, and it has the tooth detail on the front and is smooth on the back. You've got some really unique colours here. We have the cassis, the plum, the mustard, the terracotta and the grass green, okay? And you get a whole whack of cardstock. It's heavy, it's heavy. As that complete bundle, 30 sheets of each there, and it's £24.99. So if you didn't get this last week, we have some left from our previous show. So 31 of you have this in your car. Item number 280325 Bravo, and it die cuts beautifully as well. It's a lovely, lovely cardstock is this one. And that one's mine. There are some sheets missing, so it's going straight under my counter when we go across. Now, before I go across, I'm just going to grab the papers because I want to show you inside these beautiful papers that you've all been asking for. And then I'm going to grab the stamp that I would like to demo today, which is this one, which is called Anything. So let's go to the other side and say hello to our wonderful friends. And I hope everyone is fantastic today. The sun is shining, right? The sun is shining. So let's have a look at these papers. These are so yummy, so yummy. And if you know straight away, you know if you will use them or not. So let's have a look at Eternal Grace. Oh, let's just have a look at them both together. No, let's do one at a time because it's overwhelming. Have we all got a cup of tea? So make sure you check out your baskets. There's 127 people have these in their basket, and I do not have that many. I've sold a ton on pre-launch, and I think I came to air with about 80 left. I only had 150. This is a new area for us in our paper, so we don't have a lot of this at all. So this one's Eternal Grace, 5x7 paper pad, 25 designs, 75 pages. So let's have a look. So they are a 200 GSM weight. These ones, they're totally uncoated as before. A nice weight, so you can use them on the fronts of your cards. You could just put a sentiment on here if you wanted to. Let me just show you some of the designs. Beautiful, right? All the cards that we hate to do are now covered in this one paper pack. You could 3D them as well. Loving the Imala stamp, says Connie. Thank you, darling. So beautiful, right? If you've got our Christmas arches and if you've got our Christmas windows, they would suit this collection beautifully. Lovely words in there. Denise says, thank you for bringing this paper collection. It's stunning. Brenda, you are very welcome. I do listen. And Denise, I do listen sometimes. No, I listen all of the time. But yes, when I say I will absolutely do my best, this is my interpretation of all the requests of religious connotations and blessings and Easter. This is Stamps by Me's interpretation of it. So we can keep it still as like weddings and celebrations. But I think it's going to be brilliant for those of us that struggle with the simple cards that we need to make every now and then. You just grab one and you can go. So music notes in the background there. These are beautiful, right? You could watercolour some colour on these if you wanted to enhance them even further. Great for wedding and sympathy cards, they totally are. I have tried to hit the middle ground with it all. Tried to tick the box for our lovely USA fans as well, but still tried to tick the box for our lovely... It's difficult sometimes, but like I say, this is our interpretation of what you've all been asking for. That's beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. And if you have our cross embossing folder, that would look beautiful on one of these as well. Oh my goodness me. Is that not just beautiful? The problem I have, guys, is I look and they're so pretty that I just like, I wouldn't want to use them. And I tell you all the time, use them, guys, use them, guys. But honestly, I mean, they're just too nice. And then there's another one there on the background. So that's the first one. So you get them both. So we'll just set this, so that one's called Eternal Grace, so we'll just set that aside. And then we have Heavenly Blooms, which is more vibrant in colour, still ticks the box of what you've all been asking for, but more vibrant. We've got other designs in here too, so let's have a look at this one. So 5x7, again, 25 designs. Absolutely gorgeous. I know they are really pretty. That's just a piece of artwork. Doesn't have to be anything else, does it? Newborn babies, christenings, baptisms. Yep, so we have done a lot of products that would work beautifully with these. Are we liking them, guys? Good morning, crafty friends. Thank you for bringing this paper collection. You're very welcome. Just beautiful, aren't they? They just look like we've just all picked up that brush and enhanced them a little bit more. We all want to be there right now. Phil says the churches can serve another purpose as well as an addition to scenery. Of course they can. Do you know what I would probably do? And I'd probably be painting one of these. So I'd have the picture and then at the side some watercolour card and try and replicate it, because that's just me. I get great mindfulness out of picking up a brush and trying it. Like you all saw that robin I painted, didn't you? That was on a cushion in my conservatory. I was like, right, today we're painting the robin on my cushion. Oh. So we're nearly there. I like the fact that you get tons of different designs, because we don't want 10 and 15 of the same design, right? And then on the back of this particular one, we have the little sort of like ATC sort of cards where you can cut into them and use them as toppers, and you could stamp a sentiment on in gold, or you could just have them as a centerpiece. So let's just have a look at one of these papers here. So if you were to take maybe this one and cut one of these and have it here, it would give you that topper element on top of your cards. So we have toppers and then we have some other windows as well within that collection. So there we go. So that is both collections. So Eternal Grace and this one is Heavenly Blooms. And the reason why I've got this one is because when I opened the box, because I was super giddy, I bladed through the front. So I didn't want it to go to a customer. Can you see I bladed through the front? It didn't go through, but I bladed through the front. I'm like, right, that one's mine. Like Tim says, like, you need any more paper. Although, guys, let me just tell you, I have delivery after delivery, right? And I still get the side eye from Tim going, do you need any more paper? Well, of course I do. I am the creator of these amazing papers. You should see it under here. Disco Fever, Moonlit Skies, Teresa Collins, Woodland Wildlife, Textures, All Surfaces, coloured. You know, I wouldn't be a true crafter if I didn't have it all or keep it for myself, would I? So if you are shopping on mytelly.com, my-telly.com, you can scan the QR code, add everything to your basket that way, if that's going to be an easier way of shopping for you. It will ping up on your phone and you can check out that way. Equally, you can watch live on our website. The show is going live and streaming out to everyone on the website. It's in the app, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on LinkedIn. It should be on TikTok, but we're not sure. And we're just everywhere. We're just everywhere. We're like a rash. Tim would say, we need to be like a rash. So I'm a rash today. I am that prickly heat you all don't want to see. So that is the paper there, guys. Beautiful collection, that one. So then I'm going to use anything, which is the stamp set from the full complete bundle over there. And I'm just going to create quite a simplistic card. I just love it all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a card blank. These are the card blanks. Oh no, these are the envelopes. I need a card blank. So I'm going to be using hopefully the card blanks from Flora and Fauna last week because I had a ton of those. Let me just have a look under here. If not, I'll cut one down. What's this? Have we got this one here? You will do just nicely. So I have a card blank. This is a top folding, but I might use it landscape today, guys. Yeah, shall we go landscape? Will she fit on? Yes, let's do it. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. So let's get our stamp. Let's get some ink. Have you noticed how when I'm talking, I'm doing the selly-telly element of it. I'm chilled out, talking about the products. If you love it, you can get it. If you want to wait till next time, you can get what's coming next week because we're always launching new. Right? As soon as I start to craft, I'm right, let's get some black ink. Let's have a look under here. What's going on? My movements start to change. I get a giddy kipper. I know. You can tell me off late. No, you shouldn't knock people's enthusiasm. No. Right, self-medicating myself there. So I'm going to take this lovely, lovely stamp. It is a belter. I love it. And I'm going to stamp it down the side of this card. I'm going to do a little bit different today. I have a vision of what it's going to look like. We're not sure, right? But we're going to go with it. Only we are all guilty. I know, Sue. I know. But it makes me happy. Nobody's ever going to change that. Right, so I'm going to take this card blank. I'm just going to pop it in my Eureka. Oh, so whilst I'm just getting the stamp ready for this one, I just wanted to say to you about the Rubik's Cube. So Tom's had a Rubik's Cube for quite a while now, and obviously there is a way that it all works, right? And the twists and the turns and the one left and the one right and matching it all. So anyway, Tom said to his dad, Dad, can you figure it out, please, for me, so I can learn how to do it? So basically, I look cool at school. So Tim's like, yeah, okay. So Tim took about an hour yesterday in the car figuring out this Rubik's Cube. So, and Tim had, let me tell you, Tim had the time of his life. He came back with the biggest smile on his face. He says to Phoebe, I've cracked it. She's like, you've cracked what, Tim? He's like, I can do a Rubik's Cube. So he pulls a chair up. While she's designing, by the way, he pulls a chair up. Let me show you. So he's clockwise left, turn it right, clockwise right, make sure this matches. You need to get this corner over here. Well, I'm sat at my desk, like, shoulders are going laughing because poor Phoebe's looking at me as if to say, how does he remember all this? He's only just learned it this morning. Anyway, long story short, picks Tom up from school. Tim's been and bought him a Rubik's Cube because he don't want him using a kid's one because it's too easy. So Tim says to Tom, it's going to take you about 5 days to learn this. You need to learn it stage by stage. So Tom's like, right, okay, Dad. He learned it in half an hour. Obviously, it wasn't going to take the 5 days because Tim wanted him not to get stressed if he couldn't do it. So he's like, it'll take you 5 days. You'll do it stage by stage. Anyway, he learned it in half an hour. So anyway, long story short, Tom can now, no matter how much you shuffle up in a Rubik's Cube, can put it right. Might take him 10, 15 minutes, but he can put it right. Well, you should have seen the smiles, the dancing, the happiness that came from my wee boy last night because he could do it. And then this morning on the way to school in the car, I was like, woman, you've never been so quiet, Tom. Normally he's like, rah, 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 like me, rah, 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 rah. And then, and then Tim's like on the phone, are you doing it, son? Yeah, I'm doing it. Marlene's order is on its way from Ideal World. We are all guilty. Why does my mum always ring when I'm watching you, Toni? So anyway, can I just show you guys, because you'll laugh at this. It's a video on my phone. You're probably like, can we get to the craft? Because this is like, not craft, but I know how much you all are invested in me and my family because it's where we are today because we are all friends and family for that matter. So let me show you the video of Tom when he pulls it all together for the first, in his gym jams, by the way. Let's just see if we can get it on screen here. There we go. So do I just press play? Let's have a look. Where is the play button on this phone, Tim? Just in the middle. Oh, there we go. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see my boy in action. He's in his Christmas pyjamas because I'm not the kind of person that only wears them at Christmas Eve, or else he won't fit them next year. If you're thinking, why is he in holly jolly? Oh, here we go. He's thinking about it. Watch his face. High five, Dad. There we go. So you just so basically in our house all last night and today we are the Rubik's Cube family. So he's gone to school with the biggest smile, with his Rubik's Cube in his bag, in the hope that he can show off in front of all of his friends because he knows none of his friends can do it. So there we go. A nice little story for you there. I hope that's cheered you all up. If you weren't cheery already, maybe it has. So let's stamp this one out. So let's see, have I missed anything? Oh, your orders are on the way. That is fantastic. See what I mean? Iron out the issues. I think there's a few issues dropped out of this one, which I'm going to iron out for the next one, but I don't think they concern you. They more concern me. So Julie's put, well done, Tom and Tim. I know, well, they're like dogs with bones when they want to learn something, honestly. So let's stamp this stamp onto this card. So it has all of them lies in there. So let's just get this stamp activated with my black ink pad here. Like so. Let's stamp this one down the side. Try and get it as straight as you can. I'll just use a... Good job, Tom. I know. He's such a good boy, as you all know. So I'm just pushing this down. I might have to stamp it twice to get that lovely, lovely crisp. Oof. So nice, right? OMG, Rolf says I was always fighting with this cube. Oh, Rolf, I'm going to get Tom to do you a little video. Mind you, it is quite technical. I think once you get it, you get it. But when you first listen to what the things you have to do, I lost interest in the first five minutes, to be honest. But Tim and Tom did it for about 4 hours last night, and then he did it. But yeah, it's quite cool, right? It's quite cool. Rolf, I'll tell Tom you need a tutorial. He'd probably say, I can't do it, Mummy. I can't do it now. Oh, there we go. Just look at that. Woo! That is a really nice stamp. So let's just move this over to the side here. And then I'm going to take the flower this time. Before I do that, though, guys, what I do want to do is I want to cut this down before I get to the next stage. So I want to take this card and open it out, and I'm going to sort of like cut my card so it has a nice shape to the edge, just for a little bit of difference. I'm just going to take my scissors. This is my happy place. Tom and Tim's is the Rubik's Cube, for now anyway. Tomorrow it will be something else, I can guarantee. You watch this space. Boys will be boys, right? Pardon? Rugby tomorrow. Yeah, we've got rugby tomorrow. And tonight is cricket. So I'm just going around the lady, just leaving a little bit of a white border, because I'm not sure what the rest is going to look like yet. I think I'll go straight up. No, let's go around the hat a little bit just to curve it off. There we go. So now we have this sort of effect on the card, which is nice, right? So then what we're going to do is what we're going to do. Crafting keeps you happy, says Denise. Happy wife, happy life. Totally. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the floral. And like I said, do you see this shape? It sort of like mimics her body shape. So this was actually on the other card, not cut out, I don't think. It was just at the side, wasn't it? But I'm doing like a shaped card on mine. So I'm just going to take that stamp. I'm just going to, let's see which way mimics the best. No, let's do it this way. So that sort of like follows her body shape there. So let's take this off here. Now, I could do with, you see, oh, I'm going to have to open her out. Will it shut? Yep, it will still shut. So let's pick up this stamp. And I think I'm going to use my no line. No, because it just gives that watermark. Rather than like a big black flower, let's just give it a watermark. Let's see what it looks like. As long as I don't move my stamp, I can go over it with black, right? So let's use the no line, which gives you that like watermark. So let's just ink up the stamp. Let's see if we get sort of like nice detail across. Oof, need it to be a bit darker in the middle. If it doesn't do what I want it to do, like I say, as long as I don't move the stamp and the card, I'll just go over it in black. But let's just see if it does it. No, it's not dark. You can see it sort of like gives you that halo, but I'll go over it in the black so you can see it properly. It is a really nice effect though. So it's left me that sort of like no line effect. So now if I want to watercolour it, it will be there for me. I'm not going to sort of like make it, I didn't want it to be super black. That's why I went for my no line, but we'll see what this looks like. Sarah loves the no line, so do I. So there we go, it's moved a little bit, but I'm still okay with it. So let's just get rid of this from here. Right, so now I need some blending, some colour. What I want to do though is, first of all, let me just clean my hands because my card is going to get awfully mucky. And I am just going to trim the edge of this card off. I'm just going to pop this down here, she says. I have got my cutter, thankfully. So I'm just going to take the card off. About here, maybe. So now I have a cute card. Now I'm just going to grab my ink pad. Just 1 second, guys. So let's have a look what colour we've got going. I've got a yellow. I've actually got my oxides here. Shall we have a play with some oxides for a change? Let's mix it up a little bit, right? Let's just grab some colour. I've got a flesh colour. Let's have a look. So I've just grabbed these, guys. Let's change it up a little bit. We don't always want to use mine. Let's see what we've got. As you can see, they're hacky. I don't have, oh, that's not it. I don't have all the colours. I only have a handful. But let's just use what we've got here, right? So I like this yellow. I feel like we could do her skin tone in this yellowy colour. So let's just grab a brush. And some water. Just 1 second. Here we go. I knew I had a pot. Got pots all over. So I'll just grab some water, pop it in here. And let's just paint some colour into this lady. Let's give her a bit of a skin tone. So maybe I have to do a bit of abandon. A bit of yellow and a bit, let's give her some skin. And let's paint her leg in. Let's just use this offcut here to make sure she's not going to look like she's been tangoed or anything like that. And let's just paint her leg in. So I always like to do one layer, and it's cool if you don't colour all of the skin. So don't be afraid to leave like white patches. So we'll just leave a little bit of white here. Do it super fast. Now I've left a bit of white on her chest so it looks like a little bit of a halo. And then whilst it's sort of like drying off a little bit, then you go in and add a next layer, but don't try and blend it equally. So then she'll have light and shade in her skin, because that is what would naturally happen, right? So under her skirt, she would have a little bit of a shadow. You see that, like she's got a little bit of a... And then her arm, under her neck. Here where her dress is casting a shadow on her arm there. Maybe just on the chest a little bit. Shoulder. Under a hat there would be a little halo, wouldn't there, with the shadow of a hat. Can you see how we've just created sort of like maybe a little bit on a shoulder? And then you can, once that's dry, then go in a little bit darker if you want to create a little bit more skin. So just take more of that there. Less water, not too much water, just less water, and then maybe a little bit darker here. So then we've got the 3 stages. Our first layer, which was light, the second, and then the third, which is just a little bit smaller. Just in that darker colour. And just makes your artwork look a little bit more arty. So there we go, just on her chest there, just in that little line. So you can see the 3 stages of colour there. Can we see, what do we think to that? Super easy way to do it, that, guys. Leave white space, add the layers, and you'll look at the shadow in a leg there. Super easy to do, one of the easiest ways to colour. Please do not try and colour and try and get light and shade and definition in skin, because it's an art. And if you're not good at it already, it will just drive you insane. And this is just sort of like a shortcut to get the look, but with an artistic edge. That's the way that I look at it, guys. So I'm going to leave her body like that. So let's get some colour on the flowers. Now, what colour is going to complement? Teal, do we think? We do a teal. Looks nice. Get some teal. I'm not going to colour all the flowers, just the accent like we've just done with the skin. So a light wash pretty much all over. Leave the white space. So just dab, dab, dab. That's too dark. So literally as you would at school, get a colour lay down. All over. And then once that's dry-ish or gone back, take the next, add a bit more blue, and then sort of like edge the petals maybe. Doesn't show. I'll try and do it a bit darker so you can actually see. Because sometimes, although it looks dark to myself here on camera, it looks like I'm not putting anything down, but I totally am. So just take some of the darker and spot it into the bottoms of the petals. Don't overthink it. Literally just grab your brush, add the detail. And if you have the courage to leave white space, it will look more artistic. It'll look like it were intentional. It gives you instant light and shade. So now we've got that lovely sort of detail in there as well. What I probably would do is add some splats to that. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my blending brush. Let's just move these out of the way. And just clean my desk a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we'll take our blending brush, and I'm thinking black, I'm not sure. Make sure I haven't got a black. Well, I have actually got another distress ink there. Okay, so our monthly mega deal, which is the Summer Escape, which probably you've all got anyway, because in fact, I haven't actually touched on it in actual studio. Would you be able to grab me one, please? Before it goes, basically, Summer Escape is our monthly mega deal. You know how we do a deal for the month. So it's a bumper paper pack, 5x7. And it's at sell-out risk, so let me show you it. Most of you have probably got it because it goes in the newsletter and lots of you already. I'll not do this until Tim gets back though, because I don't want to not show you what I'm doing. I'll just clean my brush off whilst. And then I'll show you the card that I've replicated, which is one from off the design team. It was by Paul. It's actually a really cute card. So let me just grab the sentiment and we're ready to go. Thank you. So let me just show you the summer escape, guys. So if this sells out, I'll have to find another monthly deal because we're only on the 3rd, is it? The 4th today? I'm not sure. But this is the summer escape, and I'll just show you. It has all of those wonderful places we all wish we were at. So great for your fairy stamps, your laminations, your reflection collection stamps in there as well. This is the one that went to HTCN, which you all asked me for. Will it come to the UK? Will it come to the UK? So I bought it in just a small quantity. You get your tiles at the back there as well. And this one is at special at the monthly mega deal price, which is $15.99. Okay, so that's 5x7, 75 designs. 25 designs, 75 pages. So I just thought I'd show you that in case you've not missed it in our newsletter. I don't want you to miss out. So here we go. So I've just taken my black ink pad and I'm just taking a bit of scrap here. And I'm just sort of like taking the excess off here. And I'm just going to go round and just make this a little bit smoky in the black. You can keep it crisp white if you want to. You don't have to do what I'm doing now. Now we have that lovely sort of like smoky edge on there as well. You can also do it on the inside, just very lightly, not too much. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do our sentiment next. So let's just get rid of that. If you've made an order already with those and I've just shown you that and you're thinking, oh, I'm not bothering because I have to pay postage, just add to your previous order. You don't have to pay until that first order's left the building. If you just want to add it in, just do the drop down box and click add to previous order. Don't pay another postage cost, okay? So now what I'm going to do is, if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take some white card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and tie these two together so they match our stripe background on our card. So I'm just going to take this, pop it up here like so. And I'm going to take the stripe. Let's just get rid of the stamp for now and get the stripe. What absolute beautiful papers. It is showing sold out. Will you just have a look, Tim? Which ones are showing sold out? The two ones from the first collection. Heavenly Blooms. Is it that one? I don't think it is it? Couldn't be. No. Oh, no. Not sold out, darling. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm just going to turn this stamp so I can get these lines. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I would like some line detail on the background of this stamp. So I'm just going to pop the line on here, like so. And I'm going to use the ink that is already on the stamp to get like a silhouette on the back. So let's see if I can get like a second generation of her and those lines, because I didn't clean the stamp. No, I'm going to have to ink her. Right, so let me just get my ink pad. I was hoping to get a second generation, but I'm not that good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap, tap, tap hard. Put some card in between because I would like, and I want to get a second generation. So I'm just going to cover this first. Stamp this out once. Take it off. And then stamp it now. See if we get a second generation now. And there she is, look, super light. This is the effect we're wanting, right? So we'll just get rid of this one off here. By the way, that could be used as a bookmark. Food for thought. And then I'm going to take the stamp with the sentiment on now, and I'm going to pop the stamp on there. Oh, okay. So when it says sell-out risk, Tim's just asking me to explain there. When it says sell-out risk, it means there's only a handful left. It's not that they've gone. It just means there's a handful left. So you're educated on how much of the stock is going throughout the show. It's not because it's sold out. It's just letting you know that, it's selling fast. So if you have got it in your basket, nobody can steal it. Phil says, you like the 2 out of the 3? Well, they will come eventually individually, Phil, so you just have to wait for that one, darling. They do come eventually individually. Denise says, sorry, I need to put my glasses on. It does say sell-out risk. Yep. All right, don't you worry. I know you're old. I know you're old, Denise. You'll be like, who are you calling old? Will you stop? Says me, who's now wearing glasses because I'm getting old as well. So let's stamp the sentiment on top of our lovely halo background. Ooh, look at her. Let's do it again. Then stamp, stamp, stamp. And then what we will do next is make sure my hands are clean. And then wipe your nose with the inky tissue. That's normal in Stamps by Me Studio because my nose is always running. And then we'll take this one and we will take our nice cutter and we will cut this down. So we've got sort of like the body silhouette and her stripes. Let's just try and make it even. You see that there? How cool does that look? I might actually just take the edge off. Mind you, it is straight, so it's not too bad, but let's just make it so we know it's totally straight, right? Like so. And then we will mat and layer this into an, excuse me, onto a piece of black. Tape pen. The second generation stamping is always a winner if you're wanting your cards to coordinate in theme. So if you're thinking it's a little bit harsh and, I want it all to match, use the same stamp but maybe in a different colour or maybe second or third generation stamping as well. Donna here in Texas, good morning. Good morning, sweetheart. I hope you're well. Let's just tidy my station up. Seems we've got some new viewers. Not new viewers, but some people have just joined in. It was tidy before we started, I promise. So let's cut this one down. So all I've done here is I am just creating a little bit of a platform to make my sentiment pop. Like so. So now we have sort of like that lovely matten layer on there as well. And then we're just going to bring in our card. Well, put my lid on here before that ends up on my fingers. I'm just going to bring my card in. Now you could use a smaller sentiment. You could actually make it look like that so it opens all at one, but we'll go with what it's, I'm going to go over here, just hidden behind here. So you'll just see the edge of it on the flower, but it'll all match beautifully. So there you have a nice card. So there's that, well, that's the one I've just done, but here is one that Paul made. So you can see this is a bigger one, the halo with the no line in the back. Mine's got a little bit of colour on there. How cool is that? Really different cards, hey? So just to showcase in the simplest form how cool they can look, because they're quite iconic, aren't they? You can't get away from it. You don't see many stamps like Imala. They're known for backgrounds and the larger stamps, which can be utilised on a smaller card as well. You could have just used the top of a look. Could have just used a top and a hat and then the side. You don't have to use it all if you didn't want to. I love this stamp. This was my favourite. I like all 5 this time, but that was my favourite. Then the next is the Co-ord Girls, then the lady in the hat, then the tape, then the lady in the jacket. But I love them all. So that's a gorgeous card, says Rolf. Thank you, Rolf. That's really super duper kind. Right, so that is the end of the show. Just to recap, with what's in the show. So we have the full, Tim's popped it on screen there for you. You have the full Imala Complete Collection, which is those 5 stamps that if you buy them as a bundle, they work out at just over £10 each. And the code for that one is 030425 Alpha. And then our paper collections, the 2 new sort of paper collections that have the religious connotation undertone in them, then these are a beautiful set for you as well, with the beautiful watercolour trees, crosses, windows. You have cherubs in there, Jesus in there as well, and then in the Eternal Grace you have very white, clean and a simplistic format in there that can be used for anything. Weddings, sympathy cards, what we don't like doing. The florals are just florals, right? But we have tried to mix in the religious element for our lovely friends who continue to ask for that in our paper pack. So I hope I've ticked the correct box, and I hope you love them as much as we do here at Stamps by Me. Now, the design team have had them sent today, so over the next week or so, you'll see the samples coming through. But if you get them before and you want to show your makes, please do so. Don't forget to check out your baskets. Don't forget to share the rest of the show. And if you want to pop a comment underneath this video, I always pick a ton of winners in our Monday evening live shows, as you all know, for vouchers to spend as and when you please on our website. It's lovely to have your company. I hope you've enjoyed today's one day special, and I'll look forward to seeing you on Monday. This weekend, hopefully it's going to be sunny and we're going to take some time out as a family. Fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes. But whatever you're doing, take care, stay safe, stay cozy as always, and I will see you all later next week. Take care, guys. Bye.